Does he have it?
He's on the outside line, though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now, though, for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's such a second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry!
Hello, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody watching today here. This is your 8th round of the 2025 Virtual World Sportscar Championship, the historic championship, of course, in good old 1985. My name is Edward Hunter. Alongside me here at Circuit du Spa Francorchamps, not Mosport Park, Canada, as it says right at the bottom there, but never mind that. The shape is absolutely correct. The old classic Reagan that is Spa Francorchamps winding through the Ardennes Forest. My name, as I just said, is Edward Hunter. Alongside me in the commentary box is Mr. Jim Cunningham, along with Paul, our race director. So, Jim, here we are then. It's a fantastic historic circuit, and it's the historic version of the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. And all of our championships are really hotting up, Jim. And this is going to be a great venue to test the mettle of both car and driver.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I've done some of the modern races in the past, but I haven't done one of their historics. And this is like I was telling you pre-race. This is right from my era. This is when I grew up watching sports car racing. These are the cars that made me fall in love with racing and the track. So this is right up my alley here. I'm excited to do this.
Yeah, me too. Every time I've done it before, it's always been a good treat. So here's the calendar. As you can see, we've done quite a lot of the season so far. Daytona, Sebring, Mugello, Le Mans, Monza, Silverstone, Hockenheim, Mosport last time out back in August. Now it's October. We are back for our final 4 events of the season with Spa, 200 kilometers, 250 kilometers, I should say, about to be witnessed here. Of course, with Brands Hatch, Fuji, and Sandown for our showdown, our finale on the 6th of December. Who's going to top the championship at the end of that? Here is your map of the circuit there. You can see it's not changed a whole lot since... well, it has actually changed a lot since 1921, but yeah, since 1985, you can tell the layout, a lot of the same corners. Some of them named slightly differently. Of course, we've got La Source in the first sector, that long run through Eau Rouge, Radion, down the Camel Straight into Lacombe, Malmedy, Sector 2, Rivage, good old Speaker's Corner. Oh, that was called Jackie Hicks Corner, I believe, back in the mid-80s, with Pouhon, Le Fanier, the Fanier Chicane, then Stavelot and Paul Frere, which I don't think was named Paul Frere yet at this point, and then the long run into Blanchimont, absolutely fearsome in this layout, followed of course by the old classic bus stop, which goes left-right rather than right-left before rejoining at the start-finish line. And remember, of course, we've got the much longer pit lane that rejoins at the bottom of Eau Rouge. Just joining us now in the comms box as we are looking at the keys to the race should be, unless I'm very much mistaken, Mr. Is it Ross Smith that's just joined us? There we go. Had to scroll down to find that. Yeah, there we go. Ross, welcome to the commentary box, buddy. Great to hear from you again. Of course, Spa. It's going to be a really, really fun one. This is. So tell us all about it.
Yeah. I'll let you wrap up these keys. We can come back to them and go over some.
Okay. As you can see, keys to the race, All these drivers have been working very hard on their setups in these 1985 sports cars, and it's all about mid-corner speed and exit, essentially. So you can be fast on the entry, but you've got to carry that speed all the way through some of these fast-flowing corners. La Source, hairpin, you really don't want to lock up and outbrake yourself. That first couple of corners and the first couple of laps with heavy fuel are going to be interesting. And then, of course, Eau Rouge, not like today with all that downforce. You've really got to hold your nerve and make sure you reach the top of the hill in one piece and facing in the right direction. You can see target lap times and, of course, no refueling, as I consistently forget every time we do these broadcasts. So those are your keys to the race. And here, I think we got our championship standings. We can very, very briefly go through. As you can see on the left-hand side, Eduardo Beninca leading on 97 points ahead of Daniel Hurlock for Smile Power Racing. The gap 9 points. So Daniel Hurlock has been closing in last couple of races with Becky Ely Clark, JT Tammy in 3rd and 4th, Robin Mulling 5th, Daniel Kirby 6th, Magnus Dolger in 7th, Tom Lane 8th, Scar Pope 9th, and Ilko Busink rounding out the top 10. And in the team's championship, Smile Power Racing with Hurlock and Bell very much on top ahead of the Drongo Thrashers team in their Aston Martins. In the Pro-Am standings, Ross Smith, the man who's just joined us, leading by 44 points ahead of Tony McCoffervan. Rest of the top 10 populated by Troy Ewan in 3rd, and Tony Paparinopoulos in 4th, Micah Duern in 5th, John Oy in 6th, Felipe Ducati in 7th, Adrian Rice 8th, Luca Tavanari in 9th, and Daniel Scott rounding out the top 10 with, of course, Cookie Mobsters leading CMS Pro by a whopping 89 points in that Pro-Am teams table. Finally, our AM standings. Jerry Chen leads by the slender margin of a single point over Peter Meyer and George Angelidis. It could not be much closer, and today could be a pivotal race in that championship. Rounding out the top 10 are Gilles Lalonde, Carl Struhol, Maximilian Petravki, Vinicius Goncalves, Daryl Kruger, Stephen Miller, and Felipe Ducati, surprisingly enough, yet again popping up here. Breaking Bad Racing lead the team stable on 121 points. So, Ross, sorry, finally we allow you to give us precious insight to Spa-Francorchamps. Then what can we expect?
Well, it's fast for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of chaos, especially as drivers have to contend with worn and heated tires. So I anticipate that it's going to be pretty intense in the beginning as everyone's trying to figure out everyone else's braking points. You know, there hasn't been a whole lot of practice around one another to understand who's having to lift for Eau Rouge and who's able to take it flat out. And I think that's going to create quite a bit of stack up in the beginning. As things kind of settle in, it's just going to be a matter of taking care of your car and being able to hit all of those spots where it's like, you know, get through the bus stop chicane as best as you can. I know for the marshes, it's very difficult. Porsches are going to have a lot easier time going through. They're a little more supple, I guess you could say, going over those curbs. Whereas for us, it feels like you're trying to hit cinder blocks with a skateboard. And of course, getting out of La Source, because that sets you up for that entire straight going all the way down to really the first corners of the track where you have to do any kind of appreciable braking. So it's going to be fun. I